Hi, my dear students. Let me discuss A Sam of Life, a poem written by H.W. Longfellow. This poem gives us an idea or the purpose of human life. This poem has inspired a lot of great achievers in human history. To name a few, Mahatma Gandhi, Kannada poet Kuvempu, and many more. So here the poet H.W. Longfellow gives us an idea of what is the real purpose of human life. We all know that one day we will die, and we really don't know what is the purpose of our life, our existence. What is that we have to concentrate on? What is the real significance of human life? This poem tries to take this issue and go deep into it. So let me analyze this poem. In the first stanza, the poet says, "Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Don't tell me that human life is a sad song. Don't tell me that it is an empty dream. If a soul is sleepy, lazy, if it does not do any kind of active work, it is dead. It is as good as dead. Things are not what they seem. What we see is not the reality. There is a deeper or hidden meaning behind the things that reveal before us. The poet says in the second stanza that life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art and dust returned was not spoken of the soul. Life is real, life is earnest. We have to live our life completely to the brim. And the grave is not its goal. The goal of human life is not to reach goal or to just think of death. There is something that we have to do before our death. We can't escape death, but there is something that we have to do. Dust thou art, to dust returns. We come from dust and we go back to dust. It means, these are the two things which are not in our hands. We are born, then we get some awareness, we spend some years here, and finally one day we will die. And we come from dust and we go back to dust. And this is only about human body and not soul. Was not spoken of the souls. I'm not speaking of human soul here. I'm only speaking of human body. It means soul is eternal and body is temporary. And the next stanza the poet says, "Not enjoyment, not sorrow, is our destined end or way." Life is not just about only enjoyment or sorrow, is our destined end. It is not the ultimate end of human life. It is not the path or the journey of human life. Just having fun or just feeling sad whole day. But to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. So we live in the present moment, so that means that we have to be very active and make the best use of the present moment, so that tomorrow is better than today, find us farther than today. So we hope that our tomorrow is better than our today. Art is long and time is fleeting. Art means work. We have a very big list of things to be done, but time is very short. Time is fleeting. Time is very short. In the short life or in the short time, we have so many things to do. And our hearts, though stout and brave, our heart is very strong and it's very brave, but we should not make it appear or sound like muffled drums, a beating funeral march to the grave. We should not just lead an ordinary life like the muffled drum which beats at the funeral march to the grave. So try to lead an extraordinary life. So, in the next stanza, the poet compares human life to a battlefield. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. So, he compares to the a world to a battlefield, and where are we? We are in the middle of the battlefield in the war tent. Means, what do you mean by living in a war tent? So, you have to be very alert, active, because enemies may attack you at any moment. Be not like dumb driven cattle. So don't behave like dumb driven cattle. Don't allow others to control or dictate or decide your life. Be a hero in the strife. Be on your own. Be the um, designer or the writer of your life. Trust no future, however pleasant. Your present may appear, means your future might appear very bright, colorful, but it is not real. It's just there in our dream. That's what we hope for. It might appear very pleasant. So don't waste your time on the future which is not guaranteed. Let the dead past bury its dead. At the same time, don't just dig yourself in the past memories, because if you focus more on your past, we can't move towards your future. So that's why just let the past bury its dead. So just consider your past as gone. Means it is of mm, uh, no use just wasting your time thinking of what you have done, good or bad things. Both are equally worthless, because you can't change it. Good or bad, you can't change it. You have to live with your past, but doesn't mean that you have to just live through the past. You can just shrug off that burden of the past and move forward. Act in the living present. Be alert and act and do hard work in the present moment, because that's the only one thing which is real. Future is uncertain and past is dead. And heart within, have control of your heart and God overhead. So if you concentrate on your present, and if you just work hard, put all your efforts in the present moment, even God will bless you, God overhead. So this is how all the great achievers lived their life. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime. So lives of all the great men who lived in the history, whom we read in history books, or whether it's mythology or from history, they all led this kind of life. They have made their life sublime, superior, great. By what? How? And they just focused on their present moment. So they all departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. They all left behind the footprints of their achievements on the sands of time. So they left behind footprints, ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಗುರುತುಗಳು, footprints on the sands of time. And why are these footprints important? Footprints that perhaps another. If you leave your footprints of achievements, that might inspire some forlorn, shipwrecked brother, a solitary person who has lost all hopes of life, a lonely soul. If he or she finds these footprints of achievements, these footprints might appear like the model to follow, like the life to follow, like the life to live on. This is the right kind of journey of life. They might get some kind of inspiration to get back, to take heart again. So that's what he says. A forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing shall take heart again. So he might get some kind of inspiration to get back to life. So that's why. So he concludes the poem by saying in the last stanza, let us then be up and doing. So let us be up and doing. Let us all just focus on the present moment and with a strong heart for any fate. Don't worry about what might happen. Remove all the fears and anxieties of what might happen because of your actions. So because these things are not in our control, many things might happen. You see how you are sitting at home because of lockdown now. Did you ever expect these things to happen? No, right? So that's why let us be up and doing. So let us be up and doing with a heart for any fit, let anything happen. Don't worry. Still doing work, still achieving, still pursuing, still putting effort. Learn to labor. Try to put efforts. Learn to labor and to wait. That's very important because many a times we don't get the immediate results for our hard work. You might have put the best efforts, but you may not get, because you might have seen in many competitions also only one becomes the winner. It doesn't mean that others have not put efforts. So life is like that. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose, but don't give up. Learn to labor and to wait for your time to get success. So that's what he says. And the title of the poem is a psalm of life. This is a prayer of for life. This is how we should live. So concentrate on your present, forget your dead past, and don't go just dream about the uncertain future. Just be at the present moment and put all your efforts and be an achiever and leave behind the footprints of your achievement for the future generation to um, get inspiration. Okay, thank you.